The pit bull is a wonderful dog. It has an enviable physique, a shiny coat, and exudes a very genuine spirit. Nowadays, many people consider the pit bull to be the best breed of dog, and there are certainly many reasons for that. However, the pit bull is not a dog that adapts to just any home or family, as it can go from being a wonderful dog to a dangerous one, just like any other breed of dog. In this video, we want to prevent the suffering that many pit bulls experience when they end up in the hands of inexperienced owners. If you want to know if a pit bull is right for you, here are 7 tips. I sense for dangerous dogs. We all know that dogs are not dangerous. It's the owners who don't know how to train them or who train them poorly to make them more aggressive. However, the government doesn't care and will require you to obtain a PEPI license. A PEPI license is a license for potentially dangerous dogs that is mandatory and requires passing a test, as well as a psychological evaluation to determine if you are fit. This is required in some countries, so check if you need it in yours. But it doesn't end with just a license, as it only allows the pit bull to be with the people who own it. In other words, only you. If your partner or family wants to walk your dog, they also need their own permit. Additionally, you will need to purchase a mandatory, non-deductible civil liability insurance, which will increase the cost of maintaining your dog each year. A PEPI license only allows 1 pit bull per person. You cannot have 2. Strength and control. Pit bulls are very strong and energetic dogs. If you are weak or lack strength, completely forget about having a pit bull, because you won't be able to control it if necessary. We all know that you train it well and all that, but imagine for a moment that you find yourself in an uncomfortable situation and have to hold on to your dog. Pit bulls weigh around 25 to 30 pounds with tremendous strength. If you don't have the strength to hold it on a leash, imagine what could happen. On the other hand, pit bulls are a bit stubborn and will sometimes try to dominate. If you are a person with little personality, it is very dangerous for a pit bull to become the alpha of the group, which would be very dangerous for everyone. Intense exercise. Pit bulls need intense daily exercise, except for puppies, who will need time to burn off energy. It is essential that your pit bull gets regular exercise to stay balanced. In addition to physical exercise, it also needs mental stimulation. Not only should you provide physical activities, but also maintain a clear and defined routine to avoid behavioral issues. In other words, they are not meant to be tied up in one spot in the house. Living with children. Although the pit bull is known as a nanny dog due to its good habits with children, we insist that the education of both dogs and children is crucial to avoid major concerns. Respect for children comes from raising a good dog, not because it is a pit bull terrier, but because it will be a very large and powerful dog. If you have small children who do not know how to respect a dog and its space, it's best to reconsider adopting a pit bull. Proper education of dogs and children is crucial. Cost of maintenance. Having a dog is not cheap. You need to be in a financial position to pay for the variety of vaccines a pit bull will need. Additionally, if it gets sick, you will have to pay for veterinary visits and medication. There's also the monthly amount of food an adult pit bull can eat, the cost of the bed, leash, muzzle, and mandatory insurance depending on the country. Raising a pit bull requires a lot of money, as you should always use premium products due to their nutritional needs. Pit bulls can also have allergies and skin problems like atopic dermatitis, bacterial, and fungal infections. This causes itching, redness, and hair loss. Their short coat doesn't protect them much from the sun or insects, which can worsen skin problems. Some pit bulls may suffer from cerebellar ataxia, a genetic disorder that affects the central nervous system. This causes balance problems and clumsy movements. They can also develop hypothyroidism, which affects the thyroid gland and causes symptoms like weight gain, lethargy, and skin problems. Hip dysplasia and heart disease are also common in this breed. Therefore, you should know where to acquire one, as some illegal breeders do not perform thorough genetic testing before selling puppies. Purchasing through social media or friends and family can lead to the spread of hereditary diseases. That's why it's important to choose responsible breeders who care about the health and well-being of the dogs. Do not support the acquisition of puppies from exploitative sellers or those who only do this for money. When adopting or buying a pit bull, research the breeder and ensure they perform genetic tests to avoid hereditary issues, and that they are responsible breeders. If your dog frequently suffers from allergies or health problems, the vet bills will significantly increase. Experience with dogs and common sense. At this point, if you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe. It's free, and it's the only way to support the channel and our work. We strongly recommend that you do not get a pit bull if you have never had other dogs before. If you don't have experience raising or socializing a dog, do not make the big mistake of adopting a pit bull as your first dog. Extensive experience with dogs is essential for properly training a pit bull and communicating with them from an early age. Pit bulls that have been raised or socialized incorrectly can be very dangerous due to their size and strength. What the owner should be like. The pit bull is a very attached dog that forms a strong bond with its caregivers. Therefore, it needs an owner who provides affection, companionship, and understanding, as well as having basic knowledge of this breed and how to actively train dogs. You should be a loving, affectionate person who is close to their dog, spends time with it, and provides the companionship it needs. You must be able to own one, because like any breed, it has its pros and cons. You should love the animal for its love and unconditional companionship, not for the image the breed may project. You should be able to enjoy the dog, in addition to the daily exercise it requires. You need to give it time to establish a regular routine, as well as quality time for it to feel supported. You must know that living with a pit bull is a 15-year commitment, during which you must meet all the needs your dog requires. Knowing that it often won't adapt well to significant changes in routine, you must have a PEPI license if your country requires it, or be prepared to manage it, as well as the civil liability insurance required by law, especially if we are talking about an adopted dog that hasn't gone through a proper socialization period. It may happen that it doesn't accept the presence of other dogs, so it will be necessary to avoid disappointments by trying to understand and respect its space. In case of behavioral problems, it is important to contact a specialist or a dog trainer. What the home should be like. The perfect place for a pit bull should consider that it is a dog with very high energy levels. It's a dog that adapts perfectly to any environment, although it doesn't require a very spacious home. It's important and preferable for the pit bull to have company throughout the day, as they should not be left alone for more than 6 to 8 hours. A pit bull should be taken out for a walk at least 3 times a day. Although it's a very calm dog, it needs to channel its energy through exercise that is incorporated into a clear and defined routine. It's essential that you exercise your dog daily to avoid behavioral issues. We're not just talking about recommended exercises, but also mental stimulation. Despite the unjust and unjustified popularity of the breed, the pit bull is not a dangerous breed, but rather a very strong dog. It's crucial to realize this before taking in a breed with these characteristics. Behavioral problems that a dog may have, any dog, are directly related to the animal's 5 freedoms, although there are also factors like genetic tradition, life experience, and upbringing. For all these reasons, we must be very responsible when raising them, paying special attention to thorough socialization, following basic commands, and maintaining a positive attitude towards them, without shouting or hitting, only with positive reinforcement. Having a bond as a life companion is a huge responsibility, not just for you, but for them and everyone around them. Before getting a pit bull, seriously reflect on the advice we have given you. Don't rush to adopt. You must be prepared first. Don't forget to leave us your opinion in the comments. Well, that's all for now. See you next time.